Good morning, everyone. First of all, I'd like to welcome all of you in this very exciting webinar of artificial intelligence in clinical research. Basically, today we are going to explore the very new dimension of clinical research or very new technology in the clinical research. And I hope you all are excited and interested in this new topic. So before we move further, I'd like to introduce myself. I am Rajesh Singh, and I am one of the founder of the IICRS and the academic head here, and handling most of the AI courses and other technological courses. So today, it's a very new topic, and I know it's also a new for you. Not AI is not a new word for you. AI is very old and it's a buzzword in the market. But for clinical research, for clinical trial, it's always like a big confusion or a question whether actually there is anything like AI in clinical research, or is just simple terminology, or just like the chat GPT or other things. But today's session will be very interesting and will be going very depth. It will take some of your time, we are going to cover the entire topic mostly within the time frame of 2 hours, and as time constraint is there, so I cannot go very deep into the topic, the process. But yes, today's session will be very informative, because you will be able to know what AI is going to change the industry, especially the clinical trial industry. What are the job rules, and what are the process where the AI is being implemented. And I am very much excited also, and I expect after this session you will be having a very wider knowledge and idea about the AI. So whether you should go for any AI courses or any AI skills, and how much it is required is also important to understand. So we'll go one by one, and towards the end, we'll open for the question and answer. So I'll expect all of you to be in the session for the entire duration, so that after that we will be able to discuss very important things like the new technology and the challenges also in this industry. Yeah, Yaman Kamali is raising hand. So you can also type during the session. We cannot switch on the microphone because it will create distractions. But yes, you can go in chat box and you can just select the host and you can send a message. And towards the end, we'll be answering all the questions that you have. So yeah, so let's begin with the topic, and I'll just walk you through the different world, which is very new world into the industry, and then we'll be discussing more about how it is going to help us, how it is going to help clinical trial, and everything. So let us start. Yeah. So as we all know, AI is a new technology. It's not actually a new technology. It's a very if you talk about, it's almost started from this terminology, artificial intelligence, started from 1952. So it's almost a very old terminology. But yes, it's evolving. It's evolving day by day. And now we are in the era where we are seeing a turnaround change, and the entire industry is going to be disrupted with this technology. So if we are not adapting this, so there will be a big challenge. So first, let us understand the fundamentals. I hope you all understand the clinical research or the clinical trial. So clinical research is an umbrella term. The trial is the very process-oriented terminology. So clinical trial is a process where we test the new interventions, not only medicines. Interventions, when I call it interventions, so it is everything. It is everything which includes the medicines, and which includes your devices also, your food plan, diet plan also. So anything which is impacting human life, that is considered to be a clinical trial. So there are multiple purpose. The first purpose is to check the efficacy of that intervention. Mostly when we talk about the clinical trial, it is we understand this as a drug only. But yes, as I told, clinical trial is not only limited to the drug development, it's also a wider approach towards this medical devices, or the therapies also, diet plans also, surgical procedures also. So we want to check the efficacy and the adverse event. Mainly, these are the two major issue that we want to focus in this. So this is the clinical trial, and everybody like from the life sciences, they somewhat know about the clinical research industry, and obviously most of you are also like planning to enter this industry. So we'll see how we can get through these topics and understand this. So very quickly, I'll go through the phases. So as we all know, there are three major process. First is called the drug discovery, where we check the molecule, find the molecule, right molecule, which can be eligible drug candidate. So in the drug discovery, there is a process which is where we search a lot of molecules, a lot of chemicals, and then we test those molecules in the preclinical research, where we do the in vitro, in vivo testing, like on the animal body, on the tissue culture. And once it is established, the molecule where what we have selected is effective and having a minimal side effect, then we enter into clinical research. So though it's a very like detailed and time-taking process, that just I am summing up in few words, but that is not so easy and simple. But yes, we'll once you will go through your any study or training program, you'll understand how this like happens. And then there are multiple phases. So somewhere there is a phase zero also, but generally there are four phases of the clinical trial, what we study. So phase one is for the small healthy volunteers. Then we move to the larger size for testing the effectiveness and the safety study also. Then we move to the phase three, that is the largest size of the trial before entering into the market. Fine. So, and then the phase four is the post marketing surveillance, where the drug is into the market, drug is approved, and the mass scale, the larger scale of the people, they are consuming the drug, and we are testing on the long term basis the side effect, if there is any rare side effect or any unseen conditions. So this also we monitor. So to conduct all these, the entire process, there are a lot of people, there are a lot of time involved. Like in present scenario, a complete clinical trial takes around the drug coming to the market takes around uh, 15 years, up to 15 years of time to become a proper drug. And like thousands of people working together in multiple departments, like clinical research department, clinical data management department, pharmacovigilance, regulatory affairs, medical writing, QA/QC. So all together they work in coordination to complete a trial. So trial is not like the process where only one person or two-person can handle. And as we all know, the trial always is conducted globally, because there is like very less drug which is tested locally. So the multi-location trial is going on. So a lot of data is generated. If just an assumption phase three trial generates around 3 billion set of data. So this, you can imagine how huge the data set is, and it's a very like complicated process. It's like because all related to the human life. So we cannot ignore even a single point. And so that's why there's a lot of process which needs to be done. And it's also like very huge industry, a huge industry. So if we see like the global contract research organization, the CRO market, is projected to grow from $59 billion in 2024 to 65 in this year only. So you can see the size, like almost 10% CAGR, which is very high if we talk about the industry side. But this data is for the non-AI process. Whatever I'm talking about, it's a non-AI process. And it is expected to become almost $100 billion by 2029. But the matter of fact is that the number of drugs are going to be increased by multiple folds because of the AI. And we'll see like how these process goes on and what are the things. So there's some simple idea just for a rough estimation. Almost 40% of the pharmaceutical research budget in US is like around the clinical trial budget is around 7 billion per year. So it's a big if you consider even a single country. So huge fund is being poured in, and a single trial completely takes around $2.5 billion, which you convert in Indian currency, it becomes around 18 to 20,000 crore rupees for a single drug development. That is a huge. That is a huge. Okay. So there is one more major thing here, the delay in cost. So there are a lot of factor. There are a lot of factor due to which the trial gets delayed. And even a single day delay of a trial cost around 600,000 to $8 million each day. Right? So this is a huge amount, and no company, no pharma company wants to waste their money just for the delay, or even they want to complete the trial before the period which is defined. Now we need to understand, because we all know, you might have heard this buzzword somewhere, like what it is there, and what is the use of clinical research, and how you can enter the clinical research industry, everything. But this new terminology, AI, why we all are here today is to understand the AI. Maybe there may be few people who already have attended our last webinar. So for them, it may be a bit repetitions, but yes, this industry, this technology is evolving on the daily basis. So it's very important to understand. And take my word, this is not a dream. We are into this industry, and we are into the era where the AI started making changes. And this is very rough estimation, because we are at the very nascent stage. In clinical research industry, the AI has been introduced only in the July 2025. Right? So you can see the global AI clinical trial market is projected to grow from 7 billion in 2024 to 9 in 2025, and it is going to be multiple folds within 2030. So it is about to reach around 20 to 30 billion dollars per annum, right, by 2030. So just 5 years from now, we are going to around times or 5 times, from the present market size, and almost 60 to 70% of the entire clinical trial will be handled by AI only. So this is like a complete process that is being developed already, because if you are aware about the new update, ICH, that is International Council for Harmonization for Good Clinical Practices, they have introduced their new revised E6R3 publication, and which allowed the decentralized clinical trial, which was not allowed in the previous version of the E6R2. But now decentralized clinical trial and electronic consent and the new technology. New technology is the word used in the ICH GCP E6R3. That is the artificial intelligence. And apart from that, the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration USA, in the May 2025, they have allowed all the CRO to create their final submission dossier, that is IND form or NDA form, through the generative AI, the large language model like ChatGPT or Google Gemini. So now companies can use these tools for finalizing their dossiers, and even we'll also discuss towards then how the FDA and other regulators, they are contributing their they're on their toes to implement artificial intelligence, and why it is required. So before we move ahead, we try to understand the AI across the different various trial life cycles. So there are multiple process, and we'll see how AI is going to take our part or help us. Basically, I'll use the term help us, because in even the E6R3, there's a clear guidelines that whether the AI will be implemented, but the final monitoring will be under the control of human eyes only. So human intervention will be always important, because we are not at the stage where we can 100% rely on the artificial intelligence, right? So before we move on towards the next slides, I'll let you understand if we talk about AI. So what is AI? AI is basically intelligence, artificial, this is like human intelligence, which is in the form of machine. So now machine will be performing the same task, sometimes better task than us, because this machine has got a brain. This machine has got a brain, and these brains are developed through multiple algorithms and the process. There are multiple tools in the AI, like machine learning, deep learning, neural network, computer vision technology is there, and a lot of other tools are there. Or the algorithm, basically, I can say is algorithm. And we'll be having a separate session on the in-depth study of these tools and everything in some other masterclass or the webinar. So let us understand AI, if you see the AI holistic impact. So AI optimize process, enhance decision making, and improves outcome across all phases, starting from drug discovery and preclinical research, then the clinical trial design, optimization, patient recruitment and retention, data management and analytics, monitoring and safety, that is pharmacovigilance, regulatory submissions and compliances. So you see all the departments where it's like drug discovery, preclinical trial, or submissions, or even like the final like phase 4 marketing. Even Pfizer is using the AI for last many years in this phase 4 marketing. So this is the process. This is already like being developed by all the companies, and because from July they are like on high speed, and they are developing their platform. So we will seeing all the new vacancies within like 6 months to 1 year. So first, let us understand the drug discovery and clinical research, how AI is there. So basically, what happens just before like going into this, a quickly overview of the drug discovery, how it happens. Suppose there is a disease in the market, sorry, in the like the world. So we have to encounter, we have to come up with a new solution for the therapies or the drug for that specific disease or the problem. So the disease may be anything like protein or any kind of like other factors, virus, bacteria. So how we work, how we find the right molecule. So there are generally repositories of thousands of chemicals where we need to check all the molecules, and we have to find the nearest molecule which can be effective drug candidate, effective drug molecule. Fine. So it's a very cumbersome time taking process. A lot of people work together to read all the like behavior of that molecule or the findings and everything, and then it takes like after a few months and years even sometimes, we find the right few like 200 or 100 molecule which may enter into the preclinical stage. But there is again challenge. There's a challenge like these the literatures or even some research paper may be ignored by some of the scientists because it's a human eye, human effort. So we have like limited capabilities. Now what the AI is there, why AI is there? Because like simply like selecting a right molecule for your drug for your clinical trial is just like searching a needle in a haystack. So it's a very tough and complicated. Many times we face like a lot of failure because suppose we got 5 molecule, and when we entered to the clinical trial at phase 2, we found that this molecule is no more working and having a lot of toxicity and like all the adverse event. So then we have to reinitiate in that process, and that is not only the time consuming, that is also like the failure like increase the fund also, budget also. And as you know, like all the business, all the trial is conducted for the profitability. So companies like in big pain, and that's why now AI is there. Already AI is working there. There are a lot of tools are there, a lot of platforms are there. So simply what is like use of AI? So AI can scan thousands of data sets, thousands and millions of data sets, or the like thousands of pages. It can read simultaneously within fraction of hours, not only days, and then it can pinpoint the exact right molecule. Suppose like top 5 molecule, it can give you exact five molecule which will match with the requirement, and it can also predict you. We'll also learn how what is the predictive modeling, what is the predictive analysis, and it is the like part of the AI. So AI not only find the right molecule for your like drug candidate, but also checks whether these molecules will succeed in all the phases. So how much there will be any side effect, or how much any like the effectiveness will be there. So it can analyze each and every, because through the slides we'll understand how this is done. So there are tools like machine learning, and there are other like deep learning tools where AI is so much capable that it can even predict your like outcome. And that's why the failure rate of the trial, the drug molecule, is very less when we are working with the AI. So now we are using AI, whether we know or not. Like the COVID used a lot of AI, even the new cancer vaccine used a lot of machine learning AI tools for the development. So if we see in the drug development, the key like usage of the artificial intelligence is target identification and validation. So AI analyze vast biological and clinical data sets to pinpoint specific gene, protein, or pathway implicated in disease, and identifying promising new drug targets, it can also validate these targets by predicting their roles in disease progression and potential for therapeutic intervention. So we can see like it can find the pinpoint the right molecule for the specific target, whether it's any kind of gene or protein or pathway. So it will find the right candidate and will give you exact 5 molecules, which will not only save your cost, your time, and also will give you a very less failure rate. So this is one use of AI, which is already there in the market. Then generative chemistry and molecule design. So AI model learn from existing chemical structure and properties to design a novel molecule which with desired characteristics. So this includes generating new compound from scratch or optimizing existing one for improved potency and selectively the drug properties accelerating lead identification. So what is there if you see the use of AI, so not only it can give you a pinpoint molecule, but it can also create a combination. Like you see, for any drug, there are multiple molecules which is used in different potency, different formulations. So how this is done? Because this is done through a hit and trial method and testing method, where we check the right dose level or right combination of these molecules or the chemicals. But AI can design that molecule for you without testing directly in the human body. It can directly test in the environment, simulator environment, that is like the AI software or the algorithm, and it can give you a final output. It can give you a final output, and which will be very much perfect. Right? So this is one use, and obviously that is for the preclinical. Then there's a virtual screening. So AI rapidly screens millions of chemicals compounds against a specific biological target in silico, and this drastically reduces the need for costly and time-consuming physical experiments, quickly identifying potential drug candidates that are most likely to bind and elicit a therapeutic effect. So what is there? Basically, see, there is an environment how AI works a bit understanding, because I cannot explain everything in just this 2 hours. But see what happens. AI, what is AI? Suppose I am developing a two different AI model for analyzing the drug candidates. So what will be the one AI model, one AI algorithms? Understand, it's a software, basically kind of software. Understand from this. So it will be a kind of software or the AI model where to which will train as a disease. So that AI model will act as a disease. It will carry all the traits, all the behavior, and all the parameters a disease can carry. Fine, or a patient can carry. Fine. So this will be virtual. This will not be physical. This will be virtual. The second AI model will be a drug candidate. So that will exactly have all the properties of a drug. Fine, all the interactions, behavior, everything. So what we'll do, we'll combine both the two in the virtual environment. Silicon is a virtual environment. It's like a simulator, fine. So suppose you are learning to drive a car. So you cannot go directly on the road. So what is done? You have to learn or get yourself trained on the simulators, which is a virtual environment and which behave similarly on the road conditions, or even the flight simulators are there for the pilot training. Similarly, for the drug, there are AI simulators. So in those simulators, the same exact environment, same exact situation is created. One is as a drug or the disease, and one is as and one as a drug candidate, one as a disease. So these both are interacted in the virtual environment, and out of those, it screens lots of millions of uh, drug candidates or the chemical compounds, and then it gives you the right candidate, right? Then there's a predictive toxicology. So AI algorithm predict the potential toxicity and adverse effect of the drug candidate early in the discovery process. And by analyzing chemical structure and biological interactions, AI helps deselect compound with high safety risk, or preventing costly failures in later development stage and improving drug safety profiles. So basically, as we discussed, the AI model, AI algorithm can check the toxicity or the adverse effect of the drug in the early discovery phases only, discovery process only. So it eliminates the need of testing the drug into the real human And this way, this not only saves a lot of time, but it also the prevents from the costly failure in the later development. So obviously, this is a process which helping industry very fast, and we are coming up with very precise and accurate drug in very less cost, all the cost effective. Then there is a multi-omics data analytics analysis. AI integrates and analyzes complex multiomics dataset, that genomics, proteomics, and metabolomics, transcriptomics. This holistic view uncovers deep biological insights, identifies novel biomarker, and provide a more comprehensive understanding of disease mechanism and drug responses, guiding drug discovery. So this helps us a lot in achieving a right goal without investing or without risking the human life, Now the next use of the artificial intelligence that is already being used in the industry. Now we are into the clinical trial. Suppose the drug discovery is the process which is uh, before the clinical trial. But clinical trial designing or the patient recruitment is one of the biggest challenge for the trial industry. So the AI analyzes historical data, patient characteristics, and scientific literature to optimize trial protocol, simulate scenarios, and predict outcome and select the most appropriate site. This leads to more effective, efficient, adaptable, and successful trial designs. So, what are the key applications? So, trial designing basically, just before we move ahead, let's understand what is trial designing. So, trial designing is like suppose we want to test tuberculosis drug. So first, we have to check what are the right area, what are the right site for the trial, and how the trial can be designed. What should be the protocols? What should be the process followed? Everything needs to be designed very precisely. So with the human intervention, many times many things are ignored and or they are not capable of understanding. So there they makes mistakes, and most of the trials, not most of the sorry, the many of the trial sites needs to be cancelled because of the improper planning. So, but now AI is there and AI is going to do everything very precisely and very less chance of failure. So, this is the first protocol optimizations. So AI analyzes past trial data, the data from the previous trials for at the specific location or for the specific disease to identify optimal inclusion exclusion criteria. So inclusion exclusion is a criteria where we decide which patients need to be included in the trial and which needs to be excluded from the trial. Like if we see for any drug, suppose I don't want to include a child with less age of less than 14 years. So that is exclusion criteria. Or old elderly people more than 70 years, that is exclusion criteria. Or the pregnant women. So these are the criteria, and who should be included, who should be excluded from trial, what should be the primary and secondary endpoint, what should be our goal, and what should the sample size, appropriate sample size. This is also important. So this ensures protocols are robust and feasible and statistically powered, minimizing amendment and improving trial efficiency. So this is the one challenge. And here AI, because AI now can work as a your individual assistant, right? Or very smart assistant, it's an intelligent assistant. So it can read all the data. Because just example, you can just after this masterclass, you can again go to your chat GPT and do one thing. Just upload a book of 500 pages. Just upload the PDF and give a command, simple command. Please read the entire book and give me a summary in 1000 words, and make sure each and every point must be considered. Right? And so it can read your entire book in just 5 to 10 minutes, entire 500 pages, and will give you accurate the result of that. And not only that, it will also remember those things for the next time when you will ask something to correlate with that book. So it can also relate that because it has a memory inside it also. So that's why it can analyze a lot of data and the past historical data. It can pinpoint the results. Then there's intelligent site selection. AI identifies high performing clinical trial sites. There are multiple type of trial sites. So there's some may be high performing, some may be low performing. So AI can identify from the historical data the high performing trial sites by analyzing factors like patient demographics, historical recruitment rate, investigator expertise, and operational efficiency. And this ensures trials are conducted at location most likely to meet enrollment target and maintain data quality. So this is a big challenge for the clinical trial. That first, wherever they are investing their money for the trial, first it should complete. They should complete the trial. They should meet the required enrollment target, patient recruitment target, and also the data quality should be good. It's not like that they are getting a poor data, because end of the day everything relies on the data. Everything relies on the data. So the entire trial is based on the data only, right? Then adaptive trial design. So AI enables dynamic and flexible trial protocol that can be modified in real time based on accumulating data. And this allows for early stopping for efficacy or the futility adjustments, adjusting sample size and modifying treatment arms, making trial more efficient and ethical. Means many times happens like trial is going like wrong direction, or it is causing some kind of like adverse event. So this AI model, this AI tool, whatever will be implemented, it's not like single AI model. It's a lot of multiple AI models. So that can like adjust itself in the real time situation. And if anything is required to like adjust the trial or something like to be excluded or included, that can be done in real time, because this is working as a brain with us. Right? And then budget and resource forecasting. AI use predictive analytics to forecast trial cost, resource needs, and timeliness with greater accuracy. By analyzing historical data and potential variables, AI helps optimize financial and logistical planning also, and reducing unexpected expenses and operational delay. Because end of the day, you need to understand whether you are going to work as clinical research associate or pharmacovigilance or data management. You think of as a job, it's as a job, but actually, for the sponsor, for the like pharma companies who are sponsoring the trial, this is an investment. This is investment. So they want to save as much any money as possible, or they don't want to spend on like erroneous process. So AI can like give us a real like forecasting for how much budget will needs to be required, and for even the logistic planning and everything, they can plan and give us a complete detailed picture of that. Now, digital twin for trial simulation. This is a big technology and already being used in the COVID vaccine, in the new cancer. That is, I think, Etromics is the company. So cancer and even the diabetic development is research is going on this technology. So basically, we'll try to understand what is the digital twin. So AI creates virtual patient cohorts, that is called the digital twin, that mimic real patient population, and these digital twins can be used to simulate treatment responses and optimize trial design, reduce the need for large controlled arms, and accelerating the evaluation of drug efficacy and the safety. So what is there? Like I told earlier, the digital twin is nothing but a set of algorithm. So suppose there is one, just a common example. Take a computer as a like patient, right? So there is a one computer which is an AI computer, and that to that computer I will train that algorithm to behave like a patient, right? So that AI model, that AI algorithm will act as a patient, will carry all the traits, all the behavior, all the like metabolic activity which a patient can have, right? So that my AI algorithm will now, there will be another AI algorithm which will act as a medicine. So they will interact together in the virtual like simulated environment, and will give you exact like result which a physical trial, a real physical trial could have given. So now there is like a complete confirmation that within 4 to 5 years, you will see almost 90% of phase 0 to phase 2 will be eliminated. Physical trial, I'm not talking about the virtual trials, simulated trials, but is after digital twin completely implemented, the 90% of the phase 0 to phase 2 trial will be eliminated. The reason, they will be first tested in the digital arms, digital twins, and they will check for like the everything, the efficacy, the adverse event, and only to validate in the physical environment, real environment, the 10% of these 0, 1, 2 will be tested in the real human bodies. So you see, like not only the time is saved, money is saved, even the resources, like the person who are working, the team members of the CRO, because most of the things are happening inside the simulator only, inside the digital twin simulators only. and also less people, less patients needs to be enrolled in this. So this is like not a dream or not a plan, already happening. Already digital twin is happening, and a lot of drug is tested on these platform. So actually the software of the platform was already ready, but it was waiting for the approval of the regulators. So now, as regulator has given the approval, so this is now being tested now. So there's another use of AI is the patient recruitment and retention. So one of the biggest bottleneck in clinical trial is patient recruitment. AI addresses this by identifying eligible candidate from vast data sets, either EHR, genetic profile, social determinants also, and personalizing engagement and predicting patient adherence, significantly reducing recruitment timeliness and the cost. So what happens? What is why patient recruitment is the biggest pain for the industry? So suppose I am testing a drug on the set of 5 people, and because my complete data will be complete only when I'll get the data of all the 5 people for throughout the trial. Suppose the trial is of 2 year duration, so all the sittings would be there. The patient must be attending all the five so all the 2 year sittings, and will be giving the data for all the things. Now what happens due to many factors, like maybe the social determinants, the economic factors, or even the political factors. They suppose even out of 5, if 2 has dropped out, 2 has gone out, so the entire process needs to be reinitiated because we had lost the data. We could not have the real data. Fine. So that is like the big challenge. That is the big challenge. So now AI can read everything. AI can understand everything. So that I'll take you with one practical example so that you can correlate and understand what is there. So suppose there's a girl from a tribal region, and there's a trial site. Suppose example like Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Andhra Pradesh, whatever the region you want to select. So the tuberculosis trial is going on, and there is a suitable candidate, that is a girl at the age of 18 years, and she and her parent agreed to enroll her into the trial. So as an individual, when you are working as a PI or the principal investigator, or suppose like clinical research people, so you have to enroll the patient. So what you will check, the patient is having the disease and all the symptoms which is required for the trial. That is perfectly okay. You will enroll that, and she is ready to participate, so she can come and participate in the trial. So you will just enroll that patient. But now take the same scenario with the artificial intelligence, with the AI system. So AI not only will check the genetical profile or even the disease profile or the patient agreement on that, it will also check the social determinants. The first thing, the first factor that will create a flag to the AI system, that sees at the age 18 and she belongs to the tribal regions or the lower income group, right? So as a prevalent practice in India, generally girls at the age of 18 or 19 or 20 in the lower income group, they get married, right? So if AI will find if she gets married, so there is a higher probability that she will shift to her in-laws house area, and she will not be able to complete the trial. So this is a red flag for the inclusion or the enrollment of the patient. Second, because she may be working with the having a less financial conditions, and the distance of the house is far from the trial site, so maybe due to financial conditions she may not be complete the trial. So these are the also the social determinants which will make AI system to think whether to enroll or not, and there's a higher probability that AI will reject that candidate. So this is like the thing. So when we are working through the AI in the patient recruitment and retention, it is helping us a lot, and we are getting a more accurate data, and the chances of completion of the trial by the patient which is selected by the AI is almost 98%, right? So we'll also see what are the key applications. First is the identification of the patient from electronic health record, you must be knowing about the electronic health records, your smartwatches, your smart rings, your glucose monitoring patches, or your the ECG monitors. So they all gives the data, digital data. So basically, AI use natural language processing. It's a tool of AI, and your ChatGPT also uses, and the machine learning to analyze the electronic health records and other real world data, It identifies patients who precisely match complex trial inclusion and exclusion criteria, accelerating the screening process and finding suitable candidates. So this way, it finds the right candidate, and because it has access of all the data in the real time, right? Then personalized outreach and engagement. So AI tailors communication strategy to individual patient preferences, demographics, and health literacy levels. This personalized approach enhances patient understanding, build trust, and increase the likelihood of enrollment and sustained engagement through the trial. So what happens, when we are working with a manual system where the doctors is interacting with the patient, so many times because doctors may got irritated or it's not very very soft in discussion and everything may be there. So there may be a lack in the personalization. So when the communication is going on, discussion is going on with the patient, so there may be a higher probability that the doctor could not convey the proper things or could not communicate properly with the patient. And during course of time, the patient may lose interest in the trial or may get irritated due to something. But whereas the AI model, every company, every sponsor, they are developing their AI chatbots. Just a moment. So they are developing their chatbots, and these chatbots are very advanced. So what is done, like before enrolling even, they are communicating, the AI system is communicating with the patient, and they are trying to understand their problems, their like mindset, everything, their behavior also. And after that, they give you the final list of the patient. Not only that, after enrollment, they keep on engaging with the patient. So if patient is uncomfortable or having any kind of problem, so this AI tool will try to solve that, try to provide the right solution for that, right? So overall, because this AI model is continuously interacting with the patient and coming up with the personalized communication skills, communication strategies, and so if some problem is there, so it will also notify the doctors, also like try to engage the patient. So higher probability of retention of the patient is also there. So this is one tool that is already being used, and like in the developed country like US, Europe, a lot of the AI chatbot is being used for the personalized treatment also. Retention, prediction, and intervention. So AI model predicts which patients are at risk of dropping out of a trial by analyzing various data points like visit adherence, adverse events, demographic factors, and this allows trial team to implement proactive interventions and support strategy to implement patient retention. So suppose like patient is there, and by any region, like for the rigid adherence problem, financial problem, or demographic factors, socioeconomic factors, there is a chance the mm, patient is going to drop the trial. So this will be detected by the AI model in advance, and it will give a flag or message to the medical team or the clinical research team that this patient has this much percentage, 40%, 50%, or 90% probability of quitting the trial in the mid. So what can be done? The team can immediately take a proactive actions, and if something is required to add or something, so that can be done, and there like the patient retention could be improved because we already know that which patient is going to drop from the trial. So this is possible because AI has a brain which can understand from the data, which can understand from the vast data or even like the daily data, day-to-day real-time data. So this is like a big technological evolutions. And now AI based pre-screening and navigators. So in this, there's a tool which is used. So AI-driven chatbot that I discuss right now, or interactive platform, like even the video calls are there with the AI also. Phone calls are also there, not only chatbot. You can talk to your AI assistant, and that will talk like a normal human and will try to understand your, and it can dig the main things from your discussion, like it can understand the facts behind the scenes. So potential participants through initial eligibility question and provide clear information about trials. So these tools streamline the pre-screening process, answer common queries, and help patient navigate the complex enrollment journey. So because the informed consent of the patient enrollment is a very complex journey. So once you will study the clinical research, you will understand how the patient is described about the problem, the disease, the behavior, and the adverse event of the drug, any potential like side effect. So then only when the patient is ready to enroll, then that patient is like enrolled in the trial. So this is a very complex process, and like a lot of things are done. So now this can be done. Now this is a one major department. Like a lot of people are eyeing towards the data management analytics, because after AI, this domain, this data management department is like a career is going to take a boom, because with AI, actually, I don't think I said don't know whether you have a proper idea or not, but in coming 2 years, there will be around 10,000 new molecules which will be entering into the clinical trial. 10,000 new molecules, drug candidates, because more and more trial are going to happen because of the AI tools. So, same when there will be larger number of trial, huge data will be generated, larger number of data will be generated, not only because now we are not getting data only from the doctor reports. The data we are now getting from the decentralized trial, that is electronic devices, and that will not only, suppose like I am taking a data for a diabetic trial. So in a manual setting where we are working right now, there may be weekly data, there may be like fortnightly report of the sugar level, or maybe daily. So once a day we'll take the data. But when the same trial is being conducted through the AI system, the digital system, so there will be continuous glucose monitor, which will be reading the data every minute. So you can imagine how much data is going to increase. And to manage all those data, the department needs to enroll more and more people, because however the AI is there, but the final data quality, data validation will be done by the humans only, right? So now talking about the AI, so clinical trial generated enormous volume of diverse data, and AI automates data collection, cleaning, and validations, ensuring data integrity and consistency. It can swiftly identify patterns, anomalies, and insights that would be impossible for human to detect manually. So accelerating data lock and analysis also. So as we see, most of the things now will be in the data management, will be done by the AI system. So first is like the automated data collection and cleaning. So AI automates the extraction of data from various sources, that is electronic devices, electronic health records, and the wearables, and the data repositories, everything, and perform initial cleaning and and standardization. So basically, this is a job which was done by the CDM people earlier. Still it's going on. It's not like the completely like outdated, but yes, it's shifting. It's shifting towards like AI model. So these iterative process of the data cleaning, data standardization, checking for any data like gaps or missing data, and data imputation will be now done by the AI tools. And also this will reduce the manual error, because humans are prone to error, fine, because we have like different working like environment. Sometimes we are stressed, we are not capable, we are not skilled, but AI cannot be like, AI will be 100% like perfect every time. Once it is ready, so it will be perfect all the time. So ensures data quality and significantly speed up the preparation of data for analysis. So it will complete immediately create the data for the data analytics. Also, it will also check the multiple things like anomaly detection. So this is important. So AI continuously monitor incoming clinical trial data for outliers, say inconsistencies or potential error in real time. This proactive identification of anomalies allow for immediate interventions, and sorry, investigations and correctness, so preventing data integrity issues from escalating and ensuring high data quality. So what is that? Like suppose I'm conducting a trial, not only the anomaly detection. Suppose like a data is coming from a patient which is living at his home, and some error happened. The data is not coming properly. Either machine has switched off or whatever. There's a gap in data, and the proper data is not there. So when there will be manual system, so it will take a lot of time before we check that the data is complete or not. But AI can check that in real time, because it's getting the data from the system directly from the electronic devices. So wherever it will find a problem, it will immediately give flag and will try to rectify the error. If like it is controllable by the AI model, it will control that, or it will escalate the system, the problem to the like higher authority, or to the process which can handle that. So we will be getting a more precise, more accurate data with the higher data quality. So this is like the one which is already used. All the topic what I am talking about is already in the use in the industry. There's nothing like it's going to come. There is a tool which is called NLP. You might have heard about in the AI, that is called the natural language process. Means it can read the natural language, what we understand, our like English, Hindi, this kind of language, right? So NLP enables AI to understand, interpret, and extract structured information from vast amount of unstructured data, such as physician notes, adverse event reports, and patient diaries. That this unlocks valuable insights previously inaccessible to the automated analysis. So what happened? Like it can read even we'll talk about in some other sessions about the computer vision, which can now read your CT scan or the X-ray. There's no need of any human to understand your CT scan report or your X-ray. The entire thing will be done by the AI tool, and that is called the computer vision technology. You can even go and search. So we'll also discuss that. So natural language processing is like algorithm of AI which can understand your language. So every doctor has a different kind. Even suppose just simple example, like the doctors have different handwriting, but AI is so much trained. Our NLP is so much trained that it can understand all type of handwritings and even the languages also. So it can understand each and every language available on this globe. And similarly, it can read all the data, unstructured, vast data, and compile into the complete, like insightful, reports, which can like help in the automated analysis. And that was not possible with the human effort when we are working in the old method or the earlier method. Now there's a statistical analysis also. It will also not only clean the data, it can also automate complex statistical modeling and pattern recognition on large clinical data sets. It identifies significant correlations, predict outcome, and generates actionable insight much faster than traditional manual methods, accelerating the interpretation of trial results. So not only it will clean the data, not only it will analyze lock the data or make the data plan, it will also do the analysis. That is department which is called the clinical SAS. So now even the clinical SAS, a lot of AI tools are being used, and in coming some years only. So I'm not talking about decades. It's like 4 to 5 years maximum at maximum. You will see a drastic change in all the departments because all the models will be developed by the AI. Only there will be few human intervention to keep the checks and balances, right? So it can also analyze the data sets, everything it can also create a final report and the representations also. And and there will be query bot also. AI already AI powered. There are a lot of companies website. There already the query bots are there. So AI driven system provides instant answer to data related query from researchers, clinicians, and the data managers. These bot can quickly retrieve specific data points, summarize trends, and explain data relationship, enhancing data accessibility and the decision making speed. Suppose I have conducted trial for 5 years. I have 3 million data. Now, we want to take a decision based on the data, final analytics report. So whether to go with that or not, or whether we have some questions. There may be some point which we feel like it needs to be revisited. So either we have to go through all the manual and we have to study everything, each and everything, because when the traditional approach is there, however the digital data will be there, you have to read it manually. But now don't require that. We don't require that. We have a large language model, the deep learning, the natural language processing model with us. So we are feeding all the data from all the 5 years, because now the trial will not be of 15 years. Trial will be of 5 years, maximum 6 years after AI. So all the suppose example taking the 15-year trial. So we have fed all the 15-year trial data to our AI system. And anytime we want to check anything from any phase, any process, any patient, that just will enter the question and it will search the entire database and will give an exact answer. Not only the answer, but also if some correlation is required, some comparison is required, or some final decision making is required, that can also give you final comparative decisions. And this will help in faster decision making and obviously the faster drug development also. So the time is going to shrink from 15 to almost 5 years, right? Then there's a department which is called the drug safety or the monitoring and safety. So this is also called the pharmacovigilance. So AI enhances real-time monitoring of patient safety, adherence, and trial progress. It can predict potential adverse event, identifying risk proactively, and optimize resource allocation for the site monitoring, and moving towards a more efficient risk-based quality monitoring approach. So if you see the applications of AI into this, So first, real-time safety alerts. So AI continuously analyze patient data stream from variables like electronic CRF to detect early sign of potential adverse event or deviations from normal physiological parameters, and it triggers immediate alerts to the clinical staff, enabling rapid intervention and enhancing patient safety. So suppose there is again, I am take the example of the diabetic patient only. So suppose there is any drug being tested on a patient and the patient is not in the hospital. He is the remote setting of the decentralized clinical trial model. So because the patient is wearing the continuous glucose monitor, that is CGM, and we are getting a minute by minute data or even by the less than that also, the data from the patient. Suppose in case any adverse event happened or the say sugar level started dipping down, so this may cause to the death of the patient also. So immediately, because when we are working in the orthodox setting, traditional setting, what happens? Like the patient will come for a blood test, the blood test will be done, then there will be a report, maybe then 5 minutes only. But yes, there will be a time because patient has once the patient is feeling something like nausea or like faintness, so patient has to visit to the or tell it to the doctor that I am feeling this. But there are many instances in the diabetic, especially when the sugar level started going down, the patients start feeling sleepy, and during the sleep the patient goes off, so it dies. So but because this electronic devices, electronic CRF is like continuously reading the data, continuously analyzing the patient data, so anytime when there will be reduction in the glucose level, immediately it will trigger a flag, trigger to the clinical staff, this patient number this and this is feeling or getting this problem and needs immediate intervention. So what will happen, like in the system also there is also a provision for that, that first it will, like if I talk of the example of the USA, so before informing the clinical staff or the research team, clinical research team or the PI team, it will first give a call to the 911, because the AI is very smart. It thinks the patient first needs some medical assistance because the patient may die. Then it will trigger a flag to the clinical research department that this is the adverse event which is happening due to this drug. So this is the real-time safety alerts which was not possible with the normal orthodox system, the traditional system. So that's why there were a lot of pressure to implement AI into the system, and now a lot of this, all the decentralized trial are conducted in this way only. Then there is a patient adherence and monitoring. So now there is a term which is called the computer vision, and is very, very, very innovative things. And you need to understand this. This is important. So AI, particularly computer vision, can monitor and confirm patient adherence to medication regimes, and by analyzing video or image data of medication intake, AI ensures patients are taking their drug as prescribed, improving data reliability and trial outcome. There are two use of computer vision. So what is computer vision? You need to understand. Computer vision, simply computer has got an eye. Like we have an eye, so computer has an eye now. So there will be camera, smart camera, AI camera. Already they are there, and there will not be. The AI camera will be there. And how it happened? So suppose you have there are two use. First, for the drug progression, the drug effectiveness and adverse event analysis. Second is the patient adherence. So in the first case scenario, suppose you have the CT scan of 500 patients. So you're testing for the cancer development, cancer progression or regression of the cancer cells. So if there is a 0.01 variation in the cancer cell, with the naked eye you cannot imagine analyze that, you cannot detect that. But with the this computer vision algorithm, AI algorithm, it can even detect a 0.01 millimeter of the change in the cell. So it can immediately tell you whether the drug is working properly or not. So very quick and fast things can be done. Second, patient adherence with all the decentralized trial, because the patient needs to be monitored, every time. And so if the proper drug is being taken, or proper the amount is doses are being taken, or timeliness is followed, everything is monitored there, right? How it can be done? Suppose I am conducting a trial on 3,000 patients, and they all are in the decentralized mode. They are at their home setting. They are not coming to the trial site. So is it possible how we can monitor them? So for that, there will be AI cameras in their homes. So suppose there are 3,000 camera. So is it possible to implement makes it 3,000 people to monitor all the 3,000 patients? it's not possible because 24/7 monitoring needs to be required. So if there's 24/7, so for 3,000 patients, we need 3 into 3, that is 9,000 people. That is impractical. But a single AI system, single AI computer, you can call it a computer, they can get the data of all the 3,000 cameras and simultaneously, because these are very robust, they're very advanced technology, and the computers are very advanced. So simultaneously, they can read the data of all 3,000 patients, and they will check whether everybody is following the dose regime or not. The the doses are properly taken, they are taking in the proper time. Or there's one challenge, like sometimes what happens, like the patient don't want to take the drug. So what they can do, they can give the drug, or they can use that devices by giving the drug to someone else and their data. So the data quality is also important, where you have to check whether the data is coming from the right source or not. So whether any kind of alteration is there, or any kind of unethical things are going on. So these camera will be monitored by the AI system, and it's still, like in the advanced countries, is still being used. And these camera will monitor each and everything, every patient, and their process and the dose optimization, and will create a flag if something goes wrong or is not as prescribed. So it will create a flag, or it will also give some advice to the medical team that if some patient is feeling problem, so that can be done. So this is like the patient adherence monitoring is now done by the computer vision. Obviously in India it will take time. In the larger cities already being done, but on the mass scale it will take few years time. But yes, then there is a risk-based quality monitoring. So all AI identify high-risk area within a clinical trial, such as site with unusual data patterns or patient with higher likelihood of adverse event. This allows for targeted, efficient monitoring resources, moving away from the blanket monitoring and to the focused on critical risks. Focusing on the critical risk means what happens, like we have a generic plan and policy to cover each and everything. But my AI system, suppose the 5 sites are under monitoring. So AI will check which site is developing more adverse event, and what are the root cause of the adverse event, why these area are developing more adverse event, or any kind of other implications. So it will create a flag, or create a policy or plan accordingly, and it will tell the team that yeah, they have to focus on those area. They have to create generate a different kind of strategies for specific area, not a blanket or common plan for everyone, right? Then predictive toxicology, like we discussed in very early, that AI algorithm predict potential adverse drug reactions and toxicity based on the drug structure, patient characteristics, and clinical data. And this enables proactive risk mitigation strategies during trial and help in identifying potential safety concern earlier in the development. So because we know each and everything, it's like the Babaji, which gives you all the predictions, the forecast basically. So it can also, scientific forecast will be there, and it can check everything, and it can predict whether these particular molecules are going to be effective or not, or going to be of high toxicity. So everything can be done, and now this can help us, or this is actually helping us in selecting right molecule and creating right strategy. Now, very important, because this was the bottleneck, this was the hurdle of the trial. So regulatory submission and compliances, because we are capable for last many years of using AI in different processes. We have used AI for the mass mission, we have used AI for a lot of rocketries and all the sciences, except the clinical trial, because regulatory were the people who were not allowing AI because of the some of the problems. I'll discuss the problems. So basically, AI assists in streamlining the complex process of regulatory submissions by automating document generation, ensuring compliance with evolving guidelines, and accelerating review process. So now our AI can also read the all trial data, and it can create a final report, final submissions. It can create a final submissions, and how it can how it is helpful. So we'll try to understand this, how it is helpful for the regulatory submissions. So before that, this let us understand what were the bottleneck, because AI is a technology which is evolving right now. It's not evolved. Actually, it's not evolved. So it's evolving day to day basis. Even while we are discussing, there might have like some thing which has already developed. So AI is having all the data sets, and but there is a challenge, like the data can be theft, data can be tampered also. And also, like AI is brain, AI is artificial brain, but it's a brain. So what is the challenge? Like suppose you are having a pet, you are buying a pet, small dog, and it depends on you how you train your pet. If wrong training goes to the pet, it can be like dangerous. If there's some good training, so that will be very loyal and very good pet. Similarly, if they need wrong training, suppose AI gets into the bad hands, even the pharma company who want to tweak the data, who want do some unethical things, like you saw the recent some company from India, the cough syrup, they have developed the cough syrup, and a lot of children died because just they wanted to get their drug passed for the profitability. So there may happen like some pharma company, they have changed the algorithm, they have altered the algorithm of the AI, and that AI model will show everything good, but actually the behind the story may be very fatal, very drastic, right? So that's why regulatory were very much strict about that. We cannot implement AI blindly without having proper technology, proper like transparency. And second, they were also checking whether the data can be saved or not, because if you understand the GDPR or HIPAA, that is the US and European, GDPR is European law and HIPAA is the US law for protecting the data, protecting the privacy of data. So once the data is into the AI hand, that will be the devastation. Anybody can steal the data, and data can be tampered, data can be theft also. So that's why it's was like the barrier there. And now it's a lot of technology like federated learning or other tools has been developed, which is now AI. Sorry, the regulators are comfortable with, and now they have approved. That's why they have approved the AI tools. So if we see the use of AI, so most of the company are now are using automated document generation, that is final dossier and summaries. So if you are aware about the clinical trial, after every phase, there is a summaries created, and that is submitted to the regulatories and IRBs and IEBs, Institutional Review Board and ethical boards. So for approval at every stage, not only the final stage, every stage, they have to communicate. So these summaries now can be created through generative AI. So generative AI means your ChatGPT, your Gemini, your Perplexity, your whatever tool it is that. So generative AI can draft sections of regulatory dossiers and clinical studies reports and summaries by pulling information from various trial documents and databases. This significantly reduces manual writing effort and ensuring consistency across submissions. So because now you see, like even the final dossier will be created by the AI. Obviously, you will be working there, but the use of or the interaction of human will be very less, because most of the thing will be automated through some agentic system or some automated system. But yes, final approval before submitting, you have to cross check it. So for that, you need to have a good skills where you can work with AI tools. You have the understanding of the AI and can generate report for that. Then automated compliance check, because every country has their own regulators, their own parameters, and every regulator has their own terms and conditions. So suppose I am filing submissions, final report in 5 countries. So maybe US, Europe, Japan, Australia, India. Right? For every regulator, we have to check their compliances. What are their compliances? So because every country needs their own customized dossier. So this AI tool can check the compliances of all the 5. Suppose we have a trial and we have centralized analytical report and the data. So what it will do, it will check the compliance of all the 5 regulators, and it can create a customized document, customized summaries or customized dossier for them, and which will save a lot of error also, or the time and pain also. So they can identify missing informations, formatting errors, or non-compliant statements, ensuring submissions meet all necessary standards before review and reducing rejection. So if rejection is there, we have to reinitiate the process. Sometimes like we have to reinitiate the trial also. So every company wants to avoid the rejections. So there is also a term called meeting, the pre-IND NDA meeting means before submitting the dossier, the final report, they first go to the regulators. They discuss the problem or their findings actually. And if regulator finds something like more information required or something needs to be changed, so before even submission, they make the change in those things. So that is like important. So through AI, we'll be reducing all the like pains and the rejections also. Then intelligent search across regulatory database. AI-powered search engine allow regulatory professionals to quickly find relevant information across vast databases of guidelines and precedents and approve drug information. This accelerates research and ensures accuracy and support informed decision making during the submission process. So because search can now be done intelligently through the multiple tools, and the research associates there will be having the all the precedent data or the history of the approved drugs, so that they can finalize their dossiers or the final submissions accordingly. So if we see some of the examples, industry examples, so US FDA is very much the leader in this, and they announced in the May 2025 this year only the use of generative AI and its submissions review process to reduce burden and accelerated review time. And they have also developed their own platform. The US FDA has approved the use of AI, generative AI, into for the clinical research submissions, the trial submissions. But yes, there are some good benefit. So we'll see again quickly. Growth is very high. So almost 90% is the growth when the AI will be there. I'm talking about the clinical trial data only. I'm not talking about the data away from this. So industry will save around 20 to 30 billion dollar per year, fine, by using AI, and almost like 60 to 70% of trial will be having the AI, and AI will address like 37% of trial postponement due to recruitment issues. Digital twin could lead to a 33% reduction in control arm size, accelerating trial and reducing patient exposures. So this is benefit. And then the timeline. So this 10 to 15 years will shrink to 1 to 2 years. That is called in silico medicine achieved a preclinical candidate in 13 to 18 months versus 2.5 to 4 years. So you can see like the process which was there for the 2.4 year now is completed in 13 months only. So it's a very, very big saving in the drug discovery, and not only the time but the cost also. And there's the advantage. We'll talk to that like after this. So the clinical trial is like 30 to 40% is compressed across all the phases, and it will also reduce the 40 to 60% of the operational cost, which goes into multiple things like paying salaries, paying to the trial sites, to the patient, everything, and other multiple operational cost also. And early design capital, so Accenture reports 80% reduction in upfront capital for early drug design. So there will be like huge cost cut, almost like 50 to 60% in the present setting. And it will also like have the simulated structure, so that the lab things will be replaced by the AI things. AI ML adoption leads to an average 18% life cycle reduction, cycle time reduction in overall drug development, and the patient monitoring cost will reduce to 75%, and regulatory documentation preparation, there's a regulatory department that will again reduce to the 63%. So overall, if we see the trial success rate will be very high, because everywhere the AI is being implemented. And if you go deeper into this, if you go deeper, you understand the process, you will come to know how AI is doing everything, how AI is helping in pharmacovigilance. And maybe we'll be having some session on these things, like how AI is helping in different processes, because this is again the time constraint is there. So that's why there are challenges. Obviously, AI overcomes in the traditional trials. First, lengthy, timeless, and high cost. Drug development can take over decades and cost billions of rupees. Patient recruitment bottlenecks, delays in finding and enrolling eligible patients leads to significant budget overrun and trial failures. Data overload and manual error. So managing vast complex data sets manually is prone to error and inefficiencies. fine, and lower success rate. Many promising compounds fails in clinical trial due to design flaws or patient response variability. Every patient behaves differently with the different molecules. Fine. Operational burdens. So significant manual efforts for site monitoring, data entry, and regulatory documentations. So this is like the problem. But yes, you cannot just overlook the AI, because this is a risk always with the clinical research people. Right? So there's one challenge, like problem: if you overlook AI, the competitive disadvantage: professionals looking AI proficiency, lacking AI proficiency will struggle to compete with those who can leverage AI tools, enhance their efficiency and insights. And like routine and repetitive tasks, that is basic data entry, manual document review, simple data analysis, are increasingly being automated by AI, and the roles heavily reliant on these tasks will either diminish or require significant upskilling. So if you are like planning that with the regular normal course or the any skills, not on the course, I'm not talking about any course, so that like this is a big challenge for you. And the demand for AI is very much high in all the area. Now it's about for the clinical research also, because most of the process will be like managed by the AI tools only. So you need to have, whether you are working in the clinical research, data management, regulatory affairs, pharmacovigilance, whatsoever department, you have to have the skills, the knowledge of the deep understanding of how AI works, how the algorithm works, how what is the machine learning. Sorry. And not only it will snatch the job opportunities, but also like it will reduce your efficiency and impact. So AI is like very much important now. Like if you see, these are the things like very important. The ICH has given clear instruction that AI will be implemented. All the CRO can now implement AI, or the pharma sponsor, they can implement AI. But end of the day, final judgment will be human judgment only, because still now we cannot rely completely on AI data or AI results. Howsoever it is advanced, howsoever it is like perfect, but the human judgment will be final. So there's nothing to worry in the, especially in the clinical trial. For the software industry, it is a point to be worried. A lot of like jobs are going away, but for clinical research, a lot of jobs will be coming. The region, uh, more and more drugs are into the pipeline now. The purpose, the regulators has introduced the AI because they wanted more drug development, the novel drug development. That there are some disease which are very small in size, and the pharma company don't want to invest because the profitability was not there. So they were like there were no treatment for those disease for the like population which is underprivileged or the economically weaker. So now, because the cost will be very less, the timeline of the drug development very less, around 2 to 3 years only, 5 years maximum. So these disease will also get attention from the pharma company, from the sponsors, right? And that's why the regulator wanted to introduce AI, so that we can, because for the regulators, every individual is same, whether it's a poor or rich, it hardly matters. Everybody needs a proper the treatment. So that's why this is like AI was implemented. And but yes, there will be some shift. It's not like this every time when there's a new invention or new approach comes, so there is always a shift there. And this is the biggest invention of human life ever has seen, in its journey. So this is a very generic idea, and like it's not the idea data from the clinical research, it's a general data. So in the 2025 itself, 85 million jobs were lost because they were doing the repetitive jobs like the data entry, data cleaning type of this example. But again, there were new hiring for the 97 million jobs due to the AI. In 2025, I'm talking about the 25 data only. And so end of the day, we gained 12 million jobs. So obviously, it's a like tool of benefit, and it's not a hypothetical data. You can go and search. It's like the source is the AI statistic 24-25 global train market growth and adoption. It's a founders forum, WHO data, sorry, World Bank data it is. So you can go and check these data authenticity. World Economic Forum basically has published this data. So even if you see and go on the website of the FDA, so FDA has given a clear instruction, and also they have like develop their own tools. So these are the like basic tools. Like I discussed, digital twin is one where virtual patient models and personalization can be done. Generative AI, we will all know all the chat GPT and LLM model, they are generative AI. And foundation model, so large pre-trained AI model adaptable to various tasks across the clinical trial, is going to be developed. And decentralized trial is a recent. RW is a recent, like decentralized is a recent update in the E6R3. So that is a remote trial. Basically, the decentralized is remote trial. The patient is not coming to the trial site. So here we'll need a lot of monitoring, the data collection from wearable, virtual patient engagement will be there. And then real world evidences like AI driven analysis of real world evidence for regulatory submissions and post marketing, RBQM, risk based quality monitoring. So these are the new things. And again, like I discussed, there are some ethical challenges in the AI. Still is a prevalent, but we are working on that, like data privacy and security. So confidentiality and protection of sensitive patient data is very much important. That we have to comply with either HIPAA or the GDPR. And algorithmic bias and fairness. So if the data is wrongly trained, it will be like the disaster. So this is like the algorithm has got biasness. They become biased with some type of people, some type of patient. It will always give a wrong output. There's one thing, transparency and explainability. So there is a term called XAI, explainable AI. Basically, this is, so this model gives you the understanding like how it could come to the result. It will explain the result, like how it come to the result. Fine. So this is called the XAI. Fine. So these are the basic things. Accountability. Suppose some wrong thing is done by the AI system, some wrong result has been delivered by the AI. Who will be responsible? The doctor, the sponsor, or the CRO, or the AI. So who will be responsible? So responsibility and liability is very much important, and all the regulators is asking about that. And now that has been almost sorted out. And informed consent, it clearly communicating the use of AI in clinical trial to participants. Human oversight, like emphasizing the continuous need for human judgment and validation to AI output. So still we need that. Now, a quick overview of the regulatory landscape, like how regulatory is evolving. So, US FDA in January 2025 issued draft guidelines on consideration for use of artificial intelligence to support regulatory decisions making for drug and biological products. This guidelines focus on AI model that produce information or data used for regulatory decisions concerning safety, efficacy, and quality. In May 2025, this year only announced the use of generative AI in its submission review process to help accelerate review timeline by automating tedious repetitive tasks. And for that, FDA has also developed their own internal platform that is called the FDA ELSA, ELSA. You can go and search FDA ELSA, ELSA. It's an internal AI platform which will analyze the reports, the submissions. We are now earlier we are done by the human eyes. Now it will be done by the AI, and it will reduce time from months to the weeks only. So they have developed and they are promoting their staff to use these ELSA to get them trained on that. Even the European Medicine Agency, almost the second largest, so Network Data and AI Strategy Group (NDSG) published its 2025-2028 work plan, which includes a significant focus on leveraging large volume of regulatory and health data with the new AI tools. And you can go on the EMA and the FDA website and you can find that. They have also developed their training module. Fine. So if you talk about the EMA and quarter two 2025 expected release of AI tool from already released. Actually, this was taken some time back. So AI tools framework providing guidance on the use of AI in regulatory process, and launch of digital academic training model on AI for stakeholders. So they have developed their own digital academic training module. It's not for the general people, it's for the stakeholders like the pharma company, CRO, and the other stakeholders, so that they can understand how they will use the AI for the different process. And anticipated completion of ICH, AI guidelines for global harmonization. So ICH, International Council for Harmonization of Technical Requirement in Pharmaceutical for Human Use. So they have developed their complete and they have adapted the AI. And if you see the future of clinical trial without AI is only a dream, right? So it was today's session. So about the AI and everything, and After this, I'll have a quick introduction to our programs. It will take just 5 minutes, and then we'll move to the question and answer. And I'll love to discuss things with you. So IICRS is the pioneer in launching the new tech skills or the training programs. And we still are the only institute who has such a detailed and diverse course in the artificial intelligence for the clinical trial process, whether it is for the data management, for the clinical research, or for the pharmacovigilance or regulatory affairs. So we have actually implemented all the AI, all the AI in all the courses. Sorry, the AI into all the courses, and now all our programs are AI enabled. So yeah, so this is our very new and very innovative course, and this is called the Advanced Diploma in Artificial Intelligence in Clinical Trial. We have launched this in July this year only, after approval of the news of the ICH, and we have developed this syllabus in the USA with our stakeholders and with the senior industry experts who are connected with the FDA and other senior companies, big companies. So this is complete. It was 4 months, but now it's a 5 month because we have to add many things in this because I told you every day the AI is developing. So now it's almost 200 hours of training of 5 month duration, which will have everything from the machine learning, computer vision, all the topics we'll cover. And the target audience who can take this program are from everybody from life sciences, whether they are fresher, whether they are senior experts, because we have students from the industry who have around even 20 year experience, because now AI is new thing and you have to learn that. That is and they all are from the industry. They are from big companies. I'll not take the name of the companies here, but yes, they are from all the top companies. So anybody from the life sciences background, medical background, pharmacy, anyone can, nursing, anyone can take this course. You must be having a graduation degree with you, right? So this is the syllabus highlight that we are going to cover during this 5 month program. So first will be the clinical trial and drug development essential ecosystem, data ecosystem of clinical trial, how data moves from one department to another, what is the data, what are the types. Then we'll go to the next phase of the foundational concept of the AI and machine learning. We'll try to understand what is AI, what is machine learning, what exactly is, and don't worry, this all program has been designed keeping life sciences graduates in mind. So this is a no coding program. The delivery of the program starts from very scratch, you are a student, 8th class student. So we'll covering from that perspective. Then we'll move on to the specialized AI technologies like natural language processing, predictive analysis, how you can make predictive analysis of anything, and AI for early drug development, trial design, AI for patient recruitment, engagement operations, AI for data management, that is CDM, for PV, for regulatory affairs, how you can create your dossier, final dossier submissions, everything will be taught in this program. And ethical AI in clinical research and validation, regulatory landscape and governance also. And then we'll end towards the strategic AI implementation. So we'll cover each and every aspect and department. And we'll start from there is a 3-phase program. This is a 3-phase program where first you teach read the fundamentals, study the fundamentals of this system, then move on to the mid-level of the understanding the topic in more depth, and then move to the advanced topic like how to implement, how to design the process, how to design algorithm, or suppose you want to design a trial. So we'll teach you how to design a clinical trial through AI tools, or you want to design a clinical data cleaning system in the data management department, or the case processing in the pharmacovigilance, or the flag generation. So everything will be taught in this program, and this is going to a very advanced program. And there are a lot of students who are still enjoying the course. They are from the first batch. So we are also launching the second batch now. So this, I discussed that there are 3 phases. So fundamentals, and then 4th phase is implementation part of all the tools. So this will be there. And apart from that, what we are giving to the students, it will be a live program, the online program. It will not be a physical program. We are not into, we are 100% into e-learning program, because trainers are from the industry. We don't hire, and these are the technology which cannot be taught by the juniors or the freshers. You get 24/7 LMS, and for the lifetime. This time we are giving you lifetime LMS access. So whatever you will get, it will be with you for the lifetime. Software are there inside our LMS. So all the software will be there for practicing your CR, practicing your data management, and all other processing and AI models. Everything will be there in the software container. That is the LMS. And obviously, after the program, we are going to give you guaranteed placement support also. So that is, we don't guarantee you placement jobs, but yes, placement support will be there because, and ultimate unlimited interview opportunity will be given to you. Fine. And there are something like we are giving some free add-ons with this in this batch. So like with the our 5 months AI courses, I'll come to your question. Just wait for a moment. Yeah, with the like this course, 5 month course, you will get one clinical research live course. I'll come to that, and then communication skills classes of around 100 hours will be there, resume building, aptitude, and mock interviews will be there before starting your placement in this course also. And the dedicated placement support guidance will be there. And so this is a 5 month program, and as of now, the fees is like we have kept the fees at the lower part because lower side because we are trying to promote this and we are trying to make this affordable, accessible to everyone. So this is like the offer that we want to give to anyone. Like it's not like this master class was not for the courses, but yes, because as we are an institute, so we should let you know. So anybody who has come to this master class, you can ping us, and these offers will be valid for the people who have joined these classes. This is not for the general people, and you will not find anywhere in our website this course facility or the extra. So the main AI course will be a 5 month. The fees is 25,000. We are also giving 3 month live class of clinical research along with the new updates like E6R3 update and decentralized. Everything is included in that. So that is the latest syllabus for the clinical research. Apart from that, there's a Python programming for AI because maybe for many of you it's not interesting, but Python is the base of 90% of all the AI models. So we will be teaching you Python. It's not mandatory. If you want to learn, there will be separate classes. You can join this. So if you buy this our program Python for AI, the 3 months, the cost is 20,000 rupees. And you will also get one module, either PV or CDM, as a recorded lecture. That will not be live. So separately, the cost is 5,500, and lifetime LMS you will get. So our LMS, a lot of students are buying LMS separately so that they get the access of the course. So that is the 12,500. But that all everything is included in just 25,000. You don't have to pay anything, even single penny extra. So this is the offer that we were having for you. And that is like up to you. If you want to take, we are starting a batch. You will be updated in your WhatsApp email that how this goes on. So this is our address, sorry, contact number. You can note down the contact number, and we'll also share the chat box. So 817-828-1010 is our phone number, WhatsApp number, or you can write it info@iics.com. Fine. There's one more thing, like we are also giving certificate of participation. So whosoever is interested, maybe we are having your like email IDs. But again, please, if you can help us by just sending your email ID and name on this number, on this WhatsApp number. This again, I will repeat, 817-828-1010. Please take down this number. Just send your email ID and this mail name of the masterclass, and your email ID, name, and the name of the masterclass will send you the certificate of participation in your mailbox. So please check your mailbox. It will sometimes goes in the spam folder also, and so check that. And maybe by tomorrow, because a lot of people are there, so it takes time to create the certificate and send to everyone. But yes, certainly you will get the certificate of the participation. So this was from my end. Thank you so much for being here for so long, and listening to me. And I hope it was like of some value, and it given some insight about the new industry. And we'll be having more detailed discussions, series of some webinars also on some specific topics, so that you can join. And it's like completely free. We are not completely money minded and business oriented, so that we'll always tell you to join course. But yes, if you join a strategic program, you will learn a lot of things. And now I'll be opening for question answer. So anybody who wants to ask question, you can either type in the chat. So there's a question from Ravi Raj. Which tools or software should student learn for AI and clinical research? Raviraj, actually, there's no specific tool for AI. AI is not a software. AI is not a software. Fine. AI is basically a process, an algorithm. So there are multiple tools like the Google Colab is there, IBM Watson is there, and every company, every like CRO, they are having their own like platform. They are having their own platform of the AI. So what you have to learn, this is important. What you have to learn, you have to learn how to design a process, how to design an algorithm. Right? So algorithm designing is important. You need to understand what is the process of AI, what is machine learning, how it works, how you will analyze the data sets. Because this is not a software like clinical data management or the clinical research or the pharmacovigilance. There is some certain fixed pattern. So this is important. So tools, there are multiple tools. There are hundreds of tools. Every company is developing their own tool also. So basic understanding, basic requirement is you need to understand the process. You need to understand how AI works. What is the algorithm design? How you will design a process. So suppose there is a cancer trial and you want to detect a cancer cell and through some computer vision technology. So you need to understand the computer vision technology. You need to understand how to design a process, algorithm, and how your algorithm will like fetch the result. Again, the inclusion exclusion criteria. So this is a process like how you will train your system, how you will like train your algorithm to include some patient or to exclude some patient. So how will check how the AI will check its algorithm that this patient should not be included in the trial. So this is the thing that you are going to learn. I hope I answered your questions. There's a question from Prerna Chopra. So if we will put our clinical study data for regulatory or generative AI platform, won't it be there public domain? No, that is one challenge. That's why there was delay in the clinical trial. So you are not going to put the data. There's a called system called the federated learning. Federated learning is a terminology where the data remains at the center. Suppose like there are 5 trials going on, right? And at the 5 locations in India, suppose Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Pune. So these 5 trials are going on. So I'll not take all the data into the central databases. These data will not come to the central databases. These data will remain local at their center, suppose Pune center, and my AI algorithm will analyze those data at the Pune center only, and it will give only the findings of those data to the central team, to the central CRO team or the central databases. Sorry. So this way, this will prevent the leakage of the data or the theft of the data. So this will not be public domain. I hope I answered your question. There is a question from Suma. Is this course recognized and beneficial in European countries? Does this course have good career prospect? Suma, this course is not accredited because this is a professional program. But if you talk about the European countries, we have around 10 to 15 students from Germany and other European countries, from US as well, and every part of this corner of the world. We are having going to have many students from African region as well. So because this is a technological course, this is a technological course, so certainly you can work in any part of the world, so globe, not only the Europe. So obviously you can work in the Europe 100%. So I am talking about the okay. So Prerna, you're talking about the regulatory dossier submission. So regulatory dossier submission will not be done on the public domain. It will be done on the special platform like FDLSI is there. So ELSA is a no non-public platform. It's not a public platform. It's like it has not been even trained on that. So when you are analyzing the final data, so there will be internal system, isolated system. AI don't work on the internet. AI has its own algorithm. AI can work on isolated systems. So obviously you will feed the data, but that will not be a public in the public domain because that will be either on the internet or on the secured network connections, right? So yes, Prerna, if you have any questions, just please come again. I'll answer that. Yeah. So this was a question. Any more question? I'm just open. Somebody has raised right now on the site CRC fill CRF, and then later they manually enter data on EDC, And this is a lot of paperwork right now. How see? I told you EDC is completely going to be replaced by the automated data capture. Like if we talk about the doctor's note, fine, or the blood report or the laboratory samples, there will be like OCRs, optical character reading devices. All the reports will be going to the OCR, and these OCR will convert the data into digital format, and automatically it will go to the EDC system, right? And so CRC will not need to file anything like manually or doing the paperwork. Obviously, it will take time in the transition. It will not happen overnight. But yes, these all systems, suppose there's a like blood report or the doctor's note about the adverse event. So that doctor's note will go into the or even the doctors will have the digital devices to report everything, and that will go directly into the OCR system, that is the optical character reader system, and that will convert these paperwork into the digital format, and which will be analyzed by the AI model, ML model, machine learning module, and this will be segregated separately. Like the AI will decide which data needs to be sent to the which sheet or columns, whatever it is there. So that will be done through the AI only. Okay, Prerna, I hope I answered your question correctly, or if you have any doubt, we can discuss, or you can come on mic, Eric, if you're comfortable. Our Indian company using AI transparently 100%, Raviraj. All the companies, IQVIA, TCS is developing their own platform, Parexel is developing their own platform, everyone is developing. And that's why we have professionals from these companies. They are now immense pressure of learning AI. And everybody is joining our courses. We have a lot of people from having 10, 15 year experience. And because industry, see, there's a very simple answer to this. A simple answer to this. Suppose you are a company owner, fine, and you are a company owner, and there is a process going on which cost you 100 rupees, and there is same technology is there which will cost you only 20 rupees. So will you continue with 100 rupees with lesser efficacy, or will go with the 20 rupees with a higher efficacy, higher effectiveness? So 100, the CRO are not a local company. They all are MNCs. They all have almost headquarters in US or Europe. So they are implementing. It will take some time, and might be, if you are aware, you are knowing that a lot of companies are now hiring the non-AI professionals in clinical research at very less salary. Even IQVIA and other companies. I'll not disclose the salary because they're their own the internal policy. But yes, because now they are looking for people who are expert in AI system. Yeah. So I hope I answered. See, Prerna, you are talking about again data confidentiality. So obviously, we are working on a system. When we are giving a data, see, first understand when we talk about AI, AI is not on the internet. When we talk about the AI, it is not like everything is on the internet. You will be working on the internet. This will be isolated system, some internet secured system like your bank transaction. So you are sending your money. So is it possible that somebody can see that transaction, or somebody can hack those transactions? It's not possible generally. So data encryption is a technology which is used in these kind of data transfers, which don't send actual data. It converts the data into some binary differences, binary equivalents, and then it sends to the system, and then that is again decoded by that system, which interprets what the message was coming. So in the between the transition, the transfer of the data cannot be hacked, because the actual data is not transferring. And there's a lot of if you learn the data networking, the network transferring, there's a lot of high technology, like even your RBI, your the US security data or anything, that you cannot interpret or hack the data. Similarly, same technology is being implemented in the clinical research data also. So that's why the FDA has, and every big regulator has given permission for the AI. So I hope I answered. Raviraj, thank you so much for appreciating. So is this course again? Okay. So timing of the course is it starts from 7 p.m. Indian timing. So, and the 5 days to 6 days a week classes. There are weekend batch also, Saturday, Sunday, but that's a long classes will be there. Longer classes will be there. But generally, it's evening classes for the we teach courses. So, Prerna, you can target for the data management career with the AI, because data management is going to hire a lot of people, and the data analytics especially. So, if you work for the predictive analytics trial design, so if you are from clinical research, so you can make your career in the patient recruitment designing, AI model designing, or predictive trial designing, or the like patient recruitment retention is one thing where you can work on those things if in the clinical research. Otherwise, CDM is also evolving very fast, and same the this pharmacovigilance also. Yeah, you can ask me anything like if you have any question. So you can say about SAS programming. See, Sonder. So SAS is R, and R is also like is used for the final data analytics for the submission of the regulatory files. So before submitting to the regulatory, we do a final analysis so that the entire millions of and billions of data can be summed up in single pager or two pager XML file reports. So SAS will be there, R will be there. Python is also entering into the same pipeline. So now a lot of like we are also developing a new course, AI course for the SAS, R, and Python, because most of the company are now using R and Python for their data analytics, because SAS is a paid software, whereas R and Python is an open source software. So mid-level companies are now moving towards the R and Python programming. But yes, that they will be there. There will be nothing like a complete turnaround, but yes, shift will be there. So even the SAS, most of the part already SAS is developing the AI models into their process. But yes, for the fresh, if you are freshers, don't go for SAS or R programming. You will not get a job. Presently in the market, there is no job for the freshers in the data analytics. For the CDM, you can try and you can work there. So yeah, Prerna, thank you so much for the appreciation. Yeah, anyone else, like if you have any question, I'm open. So I have a question. Did this AI clinical research help for the physiotherapist? See, at least for the physiotherapist, if you are into a trial, the physiotherapical plan trial or something, conducting the clinical trial for the physiotherapy or anything kind of that, then it is a like beneficial. But if you want to continue your career in the physiotherapy, I don't think this will be of much help until unless you like evolve yourself in such a way, like you develop your own AI platform for like some physiotherapy, like entering the patient data and analyzing those data, that what kind of physiotherapy a specific patient requires. But for that, you have to like have a lot of data from them, and then you can like use these tools. But this like course or the AI for clinical research is mainly focused who want to make a career either in drug development or in preclinical trial or mainly in clinical research, like clinical data management, clinical research, pharmacovigilance, regulatory affairs, all the related clinical SAS also. So specifically in physiotherapy or the medical practices, skill is like very much good, but yes, practically implementation, I don't know it will help a lot or not. But generally, like if you are continuing in the physiotherapy, it will not help you a lot. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much, Achilles. So, any more question? Yes, I have a question from Prerna again. What skills or backgrounds should we have to enter in this field of clinical data management? Like, I am a fresher right now working in a CRO. So, if you are working, you are not a fresher. You are a fresher for the data management, maybe, but you're not a fresher. So, see, you need to have a data management like skill along with AI. Just while learning AI, you will not get a job, because AI is not like a process, it's a tool. It's like a vehicle, it's not a destination. So you have to, if you have to learn like data management, work in data management, you have to learn data management. And that's why, as I discussed, we are giving you like a lot of free courses with this. Just I'll come back here, and this you can see with every course, and for the participants of this masterclass, with AI course, you are getting a data management recorded lecture also. That will be a complete lecture from the senior professional only. But yes, like you have to learn on your pace. But Python, clinical research, and AI will be live classes. Your communication skills will be live classes. So if you want to shift to this, you can take this program with the CDM option that will be added to your course. But that will be recorded lecture, and around like 60-70 hours of recorded data management plus some live support is also there for that. Yeah. Mm, thank you so much. So I want to have more questions if we can have more questions. So let's see, it's like free masterclass, and obviously I want all of you to understand the nuances of this technology, and you should be opening up for the questions, because until unless you ask question, you will not be able to understand the things. So ask as much question as possible. You can unmute yourself, or you can also chat on the chat box. So I think there is no question. I'll wait for one more minute, and if it is there, otherwise I hope like you have messaged on the WhatsApp. I was getting the sound of the message. So please message your name, your email ID, and this masterclass name, so that we can send you a certificate of participations. And there is one thing. I'm like sorry to say this, but yes, somewhere we are very much fixed on the fee structure. So that's why we are trying to give as much as possible back to you, because we want to promote AI, we want to make the education affordable. But we have a fixed fee structure policy. So whenever you ask for the course, we are very much happy to give you a best training, quality training, placement support. But the fees are fixed. So the discount is only available like with this masterclass. Otherwise, you will only get the AI course in this 25,000. Yeah. Any more question? If it is not there, so yeah, last question is, so you talked about computer vision, that there will be a camera. 100% is go and search Prerna on the internet what is computer vision. You are using computer vision camera in your day-to-day life. Like you must have seen the red light camera on the red light, which is sending the challan, the automated challan. How it does, because it has a brain behind the camera. It detects your car, detects your plate number, detects everything. It takes a picture. What is your speed? Because there's radar installed, there is a camera installed, there is AI installed. So that detects everything, and then it sends back the data to the main AI brain, and it decide whether to send a challan or not. So if the same 5 car of white color is going at the same time, and it will send the exact challan to the car who was overspeeding. So how it does? Because AI is there, computer vision technology is being used in your mobile phone. When you have the screen lock through your faces, biometrics, which scans your face and opens up your camera. How it does? Because your AI remembers your face, it cannot be opened with any other face, right? So 100% computer vision, there will be camera. So, is a course question from Suma. I don't have experience CDM. Can I start this course, or do I need to learn the basics before I take? No, actually, that's why you have who are from the microbiology graduate with the battle level lab. See, don't need to go for any other course, because that's why we don't want to spend you like thousands and rupees and so that's why we are giving the clinical research complete courses there. The fundamentals, everything is a very advanced course, the clinical research course that we are going 3 months complete for the parallel with the AI course. So AI 5 months, parallel 3 months is the clinical research. So you will learn clinical research, you will learn CDM, and AI is there always, right? So there's no need to go for any other course. This course will be more than sufficient to get you a good job in the industry. Yeah. So if we have any more question. Thank you. So our new batch will start soon. We'll update you maybe in this month only, the coming month. So I'll let you know. My team will let you know that when we are going to start. We'll take note of this, and we'll update you. Maybe within 10 or 15 days, we'll be starting a new batch. Yeah, any more question? I think, thank you so much. Thank you for the appreciation. So, I think we don't have a question. Anyway, if you have any question, you still have our number. Fine. So just take down the number and save as IICRS, and we are always available. Just try to avoid messaging or calling us after 9 p.m. Because it's like it becomes tough to answer calls or messages after late evening. And so we start from 9 and then we are available till like 8:38. So you can call us anytime or message us anytime between that like window. Okay, thank you so much for everyone for coming here, listening to me, and I hope you could take back some information, some insights about the industry. And we'll be meeting again soon. We'll save your databases and we'll send you again when we'll have some more detailed webinar on a specific process like the pharmacovigilance process or the data management process, so that you can join and like understand how the AI is helping. There is one more question from my Tanzila. Tajira certificate will automatically send by tomorrow because it's Sunday today, so it takes some time to generate because we'll send you individual certification, so it's not automated. So it will take around a day, and don't worry, just send your email on this number, the number displaying here on the screen, your name, email ID, and the name of this masterclass. We'll send back you to the interview. Okay, thank you so much. So yeah, so I was thanking you, all of you, for coming here, and I hope we'll be continuously meeting either in our classes or in the webinar. But we will be conducting more and more webinars for the AI, for the AI into the clinical research only. So I hope you will enjoy this. We'll send you more details, more materials. Apart from this, you can follow us on LinkedIn for the new updates. We'll also send you a group that we have on the LinkedIn, and that is very detailed group, and where we regularly post about the AI in the clinical research. We are focused in the AI in clinical research. So there is a group called the AI in clinical research in the LinkedIn, and we'll send you the link on your WhatsApp and email. Please join that, and if you can tag us in your LinkedIn with the certification. Once you receive the certification, if you can tag us on your LinkedIn, it will give us a boost, and we'll be more excited to have more and more webinars like this. Yeah, thank you. So thank you again for coming here. Now we'll call it a day, and we'll meet again